It is 1 p.m. coming to you live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. It's the 17th day of August 2023. My name is Sandra Kahunde. Starting off with activities as far as this day is concerned, with the head of state, President Yoweri Museveni has advised youth leaders to engage in wealth creation activities to enhance their livelihoods. The president made the statements on August 16, 2023, during a meeting with National Youth Council leaders led by their chairperson Jacob Eyeru at State House in Entebbe. His Excellency Museveni elaborated that the National Resistance Army (NRA) was able to successfully fight and triumph in the prolonged war in 1981 till 1986 due to their robust foundation in wealth creation.
Who have actually received that money and paid back 100%, and their businesses are thriving. Finally, Your Excellency,
through UNSA subscription fees from secondary schools, universities, and tertiary institutions,
who got elected did not benefit from the Youth Leaders Circle in Emyoga.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are here with the coordinator of YLP and WEP, Honorable Masiko Winnie.
The Chinese embassy. We feel when we have other students on board that have such innovations.
And you see, when the finance minister entered, how they were very happy to see him, is because we have been disturbing them and we have been saying he is going to talk to you. That will be helpful. We want to thank Your Excellency for the cabinet decision to send back. Going to come after your speech. Oh, my brother from UNSA. Please come. He comes from... But I am also going to moderate. I've also been requested to moderate. So in moderation, let me just...
I am an innovator. I have innovated 3 things. The first was a modified speed gun in 2016.
Because many of the problems I have seen in the last more than 70 years, when I've been watching, I normally see a problem among children who are not part of wealth creation as part of their culture. It is very dangerous. I would like to encourage you that you really understand this. Even we, the NRA, to fight and win, it was because we had a very strong base in wealth creation. So all of you, whether you are educated or not, when you get the first opportunity, put yourself somewhere in wealth creation. Don't be taken up by leadership. I'm a leader. Okay, leadership is also a service. You are providing a service, but a service based on people electing you. Which means they may elect you one day, they will not elect you another time. So what will you do? Norecho temugumarira mubukulembeze okugumara. To be diverted, I'm a leader. Yes, leader. As a leader, mbayambako. Mwabana Uganda, mwali nebizibu bingi, ensi yali ebalemye wano. Faba yekera netuvayo, netugamba nti kati bakwatireko, kati bayambeko. Tutereze ensi. So we are volunteer service. It's like a volunteer service. But I need to go back. What I was saying in Uganda was that freedom fighters were volunteers to stabilize the country, which was unstable. As you can see what's happening in the whole of Africa, you can imagine what's happening in all these countries. Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Congo here, Sudan, you see what's happening in Sudan. Sudan, Khartoum, South Sudan, all those countries, Somalia. Don't think those people are stupid, but they had a problem of getting the diagnosis correct. Politics is like medicine. If you don't get the correct diagnosis, the patient will die. So that's what is happening in those countries. So the NRM here, we had a correct diagnosis.
I'm meeting you, and I'm grateful to meet you again. The first time I met you in Jinja, the Tonka His Excellency, Ayunktora, Badrangu, Deba Mharawa Mzee, Deba Mharawa Mzee, who Tinyine manpower, Tinkweba Sankomuntu, His Excellency now Shaba, now 790 circles, and yoga circles.
His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Now, more state talk this afternoon. The government, through the Office of the Prime Minister, is to launch a nationwide farmers mobilization campaign aimed at revitalizing the country's agricultural sector. This extensive agricultural campaign is scheduled to commence on Friday, August 18th, 2023. It will start in the Greater Mubende region before gradually extending its implementation across the country.
Banja says this nationwide farmers mobilization is in line with the government's comprehensive strategy to enable Ugandan farmers reap big farm agriculture and fast-track Uganda's progress towards money economy. This campaign will be a multi-sectoral approach that will attract all agricultural stakeholders.
This week, we are launching a nationwide farmers mobilization campaign to rejuvenate agricultural production, productivity, and profitability. We are also starting this campaign in Mubende, Greater Mubende, that is Mubende sub-region, we call it sub-region, in the districts of Mityana on 18th August 2023 at Kiryocha Primary School. We have mobilized a number of stakeholders. All ministers in the Office of the Prime Minister, headed by the Minister for General Duties, will be with us. You know the ministries. I don't want to waste a lot of your time. You know these ministries. We have mobilized the private sector, especially those who do the following. Those who deal in agro inputs, the traders in agricultural machinery, the agro processors, agro business experts, value addition experts, agro researchers. We have also mobilized the Uganda Farmers Federation, among others. We will provide farmers with practical information on how to tap into the agricultural potential of our country and improve household income.
High on agenda is a robust sensitization of all Ugandan farmers on best farming practices that involve value addition, proper land usage, and how mechanization can be incorporated affordably in agricultural sector.
Will be to support and to encourage those Ugandans that have already crossed from subsistence to the money economy. And I think as we talk, they are about 61% of the population. So that they don't slide back, we shall also promote and campaign for value addition.
Agricultural sector contributes about 24.2% to Uganda's GDP and a crucial driver of economic growth. Crispus Arenaitwe, Jimmy Akanshemeza, UBC News.
And it's right there.
The Minister of State for the Elderly, Dominic Kidudu Mafwabi, who has issued a warning to local government leaders who failed to adhere to labor laws. He was speaking during a one-day training session. He emphasized the importance of ensuring compliance with labor laws and a warned of consequences. The training attended by labor inspectors and local government leaders from Eastern Uganda, specifically centered on the NSSF compliance process. Minister Mafwabi represented his senior minister Betty Among at the event.
And we must work hard. And that's one of the reasons why we called all these leaders at the district. You see, the labor officers who enforce inspection and laws belong to the district. And we are emphasizing to these leaders, the RCC, the RDCs, the LOC5 chairmen, and the cows, that please come up, love your country, ensure that there's no corruption within the factories. Whoever is employing should pay the 10%. The employee should pay 5%. And once we enforce, the overall percentage of Social Security Fund will go up.
So I think the thing which comes up strongly for me yesterday and today is the fact that more and more Ugandans are appreciating the need for making savings as a way of securing their future. I was very happy to see the district leadership being very supportive of mobilizing themselves and other Ugandans to save for their future. I think that's a very positive thing.
We have managed life without the World Bank. Uganda can also manage life without World Bank. It is being frugal. It's using the resources we have. It's making the right priorities like we have done with the parish development model. You know, government gave you four priorities. Priority number 1 is the parish development model. Priority number 2 is enhancing salaries of scientists. And priority number 3 is, of course, our oil. Actually, there are 3 priorities. So if we handle these priorities well, and if we are frugal, we should be able to manage.
In other news, the Makerere Ministry of Health has pledged full support to the newly constructed hearing clinic and temporal bone lab at Makerere University Hospital. The Director of Public Health from the Ministry of Health, Dan Chabayinza, says the facility will address the current needs in the treatment of patients with hearing loss.
Being assessed and diagnosed, they have the technology for intervention. Dr. Chris must be able to provide hearing aids and therefore provide cochlear implants at Makerere University Hospital.
The work of government is to fourfold. 1, for health promotion and disease prevention. What are we doing to prevent people not to getting impairment? We are doing all we can to prevent infections, to immunize the diseases which cause challenges to hearing, like rubella. We also have the task to give clinical services. So as we partner with universities, we give them the hospital platforms for them to train our students who are going to be our next employees. So we are already partnering. We give the supplies in the hospitals, we employ the health teams who are there. The third thing government does is to give palliation and rehabilitation for those that have long-term conditions we require assistance. We do also have a full commissioner in charge of rehabilitative health. However, as our colleague said, assistive technologies are available, and we are trying to come up with a policy and a strategy to make sure these become available, and we also fundraise.
Relatedly, from Makerere, government has been asked to invest more in local language research if Uganda is to realize inclusive social and economic transformation. This has been highlighted by Professor Sauda Namyalo, the Dean School of Languages in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences at Makerere University during the 3rd Conference of the Language Association of Eastern Africa convened at Makerere University by the School of Literature, Languages and Communication.
The third language research conference runs under the theme Empowering Communities for Sustainable Development. It targets providing information to revitalize endangered languages and investing in multilingual proficiency, a reality check that calls for funding.
People, for example, in German, they study in their local language, which is German. The Arabs study in their, local language. So are the Chinese, the Japanese, all those study in their mother tongue. And because they have emphasized the role of one's language in the social, political, and economic development, we are seeing them up there where we are struggling to be.
No country has achieved development in someone else's language, and that is what is going to happen in Africa. We will struggle, we will always be behind others who are using their languages to achieve development for their own countries, until we realize that we need a language, a common language that can be the driver for Africa's development.
With each death of a language, a deep wellspring of knowledge is lost. Professor Sandra Kahunde of Makerere University School of Literature and Communication submits that this language conference targets putting emphasis on the role of local language harnessing in education in post-colonial Africa.
Even when we do foreign languages here, they are to enable us to have contacts with development, but really the root of development, the base which gives you the wings, is your first language, your mother tongue, your African language. This is what we're going to stress. This is what we're going to look at. We're going to look at how research can be brought back home. We're going to look at how we can decolonize our writing, our research, the teaching that we're doing.
We at Makerere University have gone to the extent of requesting the government of Uganda to establish the Research and Innovation Fund that is called MACRIF. So since 2019, MACRIF has funded a total of up to about 800 projects across all sectors, critical for development in order to address the systematic inequalities in research, which I know will be targeted in this Rehaya conference.
The keynote speaker, Dr. Susan Nyaga, points out that 30% of over 2,000 of the world's languages are spoken on the African continent, with a common view that certain languages in Africa cannot express concepts adequately, especially in science and technology.
And I believe that we as scholars should not just be doing research on language and documenting that and stop at that. We need to go the extra mile. Doing research and documenting language is one thing, and that's why it becomes lip service, because we don't take the actions that we recommend in those research reports. So I'm hoping that as people live here today, someone will go and do something about their language.
The Third Language Association of Eastern Africa Conference put emphasis on the need for Africa to realize the value of using indigenous languages to pass on information and knowledge for development. Diana Kuti, UBC.
UBC Lunchtime News. Farm managers in schools that emphasize agricultural practices have revealed intentions to put forth recommendations to the Ministry of Education advocating for the incorporation of farming into the curriculum. This initiative aims to provide young individuals with valuable agribusiness skills. During the 9th annual school farm camp, Patrick Muhinda, the farm manager of Gayaza High School, highlighted the significance of imparting urban farming skills to the youth.
Gayaza High School started a farm in the 50s, which has become one of the school model farms in the country. This is what inspired it to start organizing annual farm school camps to equip youth with skills in hands-on entrepreneurial activities. It is to hold the 9th of a kind.
We all know that the youth are the biggest percentage as far as the country's population is concerned. And by doing this, we are also helping in ensuring that we are supporting the agriculture, which is the backbone of our economy.
Under this arrangement, the youth are to be introduced to crop-livestock integration mechanism to enhance food security, nutrition in schools, trained in urban and peri-urban farming, plus adding value on agricultural products.
To bring out the idea of how agriculture can be integrated in the learning environment. How can we use the onions and the garlic and the turmeric to develop these chemicals that we use in the lab and something like that? The innovation part of it.
There was a bushera making session, and I don't think I could have learned this anywhere else, but adding milk in bushera removes the iron. I don't know where I would have picked that up from if it wasn't farm camp. And adding milk will give you taste, but we are looking for things that add nutrition.
The Food and Agriculture Organization from United States trained students on how to do vegetable farming in greenhouse and reveals that they are coming up with interventions on increasing crop production while preserving the environment.
First, to ensure inclusivity, we need the youth as part of the process, as part of the actors in eliminating hunger in the world. Production has increased. We need to see that there's better nutrition, both for the youth and also for the different actors or players. The whole population, let me say, should have a better nutrition. And we should do this while preserving our environment.
There are about 600 students from various schools to attend the farm school camp. They are also to be exposed to aspects of quality in the coffee value chain and different opportunities. Nobuka, a company that deals in pharmaceuticals, has supported the camp with 24 million shillings. Other sponsors include Avis Foundation, Baker Cake, Movit and Sam's.
Good to know you're still following this newscast. Shortly after these messages, I return with business where we shall be finding out why Bank of Uganda is considering coining the 1,000 note. Keep watching.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kabode Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kabode deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kabode Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Introducing the Infinix Note 30 series in partnership with Airtel Uganda, a smartphone where style meets functionality. Take charge of the day with special features like the 108MP triple camera and 68 watts first charge, and the best part is you can use this phone to charge other phones. You also will enjoy free 3 GB from Airtel every month for 3 months on each new device purchased. Dial *100#, select data and devices to get your free data. The Infinix Note 30 series Spark, a connection in partnership with Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. We are live and it is a UBC Lunchtime News. Now to business. The Bank of Uganda is considering coining the 1,000 note denomination. According to Michael Atingi Ego, the acting governor, coining the 1,000 shilling note is geared at saving government money through printing of the lower denomination that is prone to fast mutilation. Get to know more from Sigoa.
1,000 shilling. Because of the durability of the of the coin compared to the paper notes. These lower denomination notes are used by the people at the bottom of the pyramid. So the frequency of usage is quite high. It rarely comes back to the banking system. By the time it comes back to the banking system, is mutilated and what have you. So you find that the replacement ratio of these notes is very, very very high and therefore expensive. Whatever you deposit into a commercial bank and is later on brought to Bank of Uganda, most of it ends up as being cancelled, and yet printing of the currency notes is the cost of printing is very high. So we believe that coining might offer a better solution than the continued printing of the paper notes. So I'm not very conversant with the timetable for that, but I think the plan is just to coin the 1,000 as a cost reduction measure.
After the policy is approved, then you start the process, the procurement process, the design ZTC, which will take a while. So I don't think we have a timeline at the moment, as I don't analyst came out recent, but at least in my understanding that we're just starting the process.
There shouldn't be any panic?
No, there shouldn't be any panic at all. So the coin, even if the coin was to come, it will remove, together with the note until further notice when the notes are completely, slowly by slowly are completely withdrawn.
More from the business desk. The Nachivubo Memorial Stadium is nearing completion following the installation of the grass turf carpet. According to technical experts, the stadium is expected to be open to the public next year, boasting a seating capacity of 30,000. The technical office of the stadium, Fahad Semogenzi, has confirmed the completion of the majority of crucial tasks such as grass installation, gates, VIP sections and other essential components.
We're actually applying the artificial turf. Artificial turf is got different methodologies, but the methodology we're using was one of inputting the drainage system, after which the gravel, after which the sand base, stone base, and then the geotextile. And then after the geotextile, we do apply the artificial turf. We have all the laboratory tests, so meaning it's actually a good turf for professionals. It's done all the tests, and after which we shall actually be installing the dugouts, goalposts, and everything.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas. Then, we watched the Cup final in London.
Oh.
On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons. Again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yeah, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
UBC Lunchtime News, live from Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Now to sports. The Ministry of Education and Sports Permanent Secretary Aketi Lamoro, along with the Minister for State for Primary Education Joyce Moriko Kaduchu, flagged off Team Uganda to Rwanda for the 2023 Federation of East African Secondary Schools Sports Association ground.
The Uganda Secondary School Sports Association was flagged off at Lugogo prior to their departure for the 20th edition of the East Africa Secondary School Games, scheduled to take place in Hure, Rwanda from the 17th to the 27th of this month. During the flag-off event, the State Minister of Primary Education encouraged the students to represent their country effectively as Uganda aims to defend the title they secured last year in Tanzania.
Believe in your talents. Believe in your best. You are going at a time when Uganda is excelling and leading in all the regional and international games. This shows clearly to you are going to be the winners of these games. Because you're already the defending champion. It's not an easy position. You must defend, and you must tell to the East African community, indeed, you want to move from the defending champion to the leading champion.
Besides Uganda, hosts Rwanda will be joined by neighbors Kenya and Tanzania for the 20th edition. Athletes from various high schools across the region will participate in 12 disciplines, and the Ugandans are confident that they'll exceed expectations.
And we are going as the defending champions since 2019. We have been winning the trophy, and we hope to win it again this year by the grace of the Lord. We have been the best since, and right now we are the best, and we are coming back with the trophy.
My expectations, I believe I am going to personal best in 100 breaststroke. I did not expect to come with a national record, but I believe I'll personal best. And also, Team Uganda, I believe we're going to continue winning. Okay, last year, overall swimming we were the second by a few points, but this year I believe we're going to win. We have improved the team. They are much better swimmers this year, the top of each age group, and I believe those swimmers will do much better this year.
This tournament will witness the participation of the largest ever contingent of 1,500 individuals representing 30 different secondary schools. These students are fully prepared to showcase their excellence in the region in their bright yellow uniforms representing their country's colors. Marsha Miro, UBC News.
Well, happy to be winding up this particular newscast at a note of optimism as we wish our colleagues, our Ugandans, all the best as far as that update is coming through, heading for the East Africa Secondary School Sports Association Games. My name is Sandra Kahunde, bringing greetings from the team behind the scene. Thank you for watching the National Broadcaster. Enjoy your Thursday. God bless you.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Upgrade your lifestyle with the all-new entry-loaded Chillax voice bundles. Now, call all networks in Uganda with Chillax voice bundles. Call all networks, no expiry, no worries. Dial *100*1# and select call all networks.